Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, guys, in this session, this segment, this lesson, uh, we'll be talking together about the measure of central tendency. And you guys have just told me that this is about the mean, median, and mode. Okay, this is mean, median, and mode. Okay, I will be with you people with the collaboration of the great genius group of my A2. I'll be trying to cover this mean, the segment on this mean, okay? So I would be expecting you people to be alert and alive and attentive and proactive and aggressive and commutative and whatever, okay? So now you have to be very, very alert with me, okay? Now, so there are some symbols that we'll be using. The first symbol that we use while talking about this mean median mode, that is the X, okay? Now this X is used a lot in your algebra, but here in your statistics, this X means the whatever you people are observing, okay? So this is about your observations. Now, if you people are talking about the marks of your test, so this X would be representing different marks. And if I start talking about your ages, let's say we want to see that what is the average age of your class. So the different people's ages would be the different values of X over here, okay? If, for example, I have hens at my home, so if I start counting the number of eggs per day, so those numbers would be the different values of X over here, okay? So this X is basically what you people are observing. And this will remain the same throughout your the statistics, okay? And especially in this chapter of the measure of central tendency. Okay, guys, the next thing is the N. N, okay? Now this N is basically the number of observations, okay? Now, for example, I am going to observe that how many eggs I will get over a week. So I'll have 7 different observations. So the N would be 7 there. If I want to calculate your average marks, okay? So obviously you people are around 90 people, okay? So I should have N equal to 90 if all of you were present during the test. If you didn't ask for the exemptions kind of things, so this N should be equal to 90. So N is the number of observations, okay? Then there is this symbol which is called sigma that is used a lot, okay? This sigma is basically the sum of, okay? This is the sum of, and if you have sigma x, so this will be the sum of the observations, okay? This is the sum of the observations. Like if I'm finding your average marks, so sigma x would be meaning the sum of the marks of all you people, okay? If I'm calculating the average number of eggs my hands are laying per day, so this sigma x would be total number of eggs, okay? And so you see, this is sigma x is going to be like if let's say we are talking about your average age. So sigma x would be the sum of the ages of all you people, okay? Now from here, when we talk about the mean, we mainly have 3 kinds of the situations. Guys, please, yeah, boys. Okay, we have 3 different kinds of situations here. One is the situation that is called we have the raw data, okay? The raw situation, the raw data. Now, in this raw data, we have, like, for example, there is a very small number of observations, or we have not tabulated the data. For example, let's take the example of my hands. Like one day I get 2 eggs, one day I get 3 eggs, then I get 2 eggs, then I get 5x. There are more than 8 hens I have, okay? So this is 2, 3, 2, 5, then I have 6, okay? Then I have 4, then I have 2x, okay? So this is the data over the week that I have, okay? So these are the different values of x that I have. Okay, so then this sigma x would be the sum of all these observations. So this is 2 plus 3, 5 plus 2, 7 plus 5, 12 plus 10, and this is going to be 24. So I have got 24 eggs over the week. So if I want to find the average, okay, so there is a new symbol for you. This is the symbol for the mean. This is the mean or the average or the arithmetic mean, whatever you want to call it, okay, or simply the central tendency as well. So this mean would be, the formula for the mean would be sigma x over n, okay? Sum of all the observations over the number of the observations. So in this case, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have got 7 observations. So this is your 24 over 7. So that is how you calculate this mean. And you have been using this formula a lot in your O-level mathematics. So I will not be going into the detail of this. Look at this exercise 2B. We have got some questions here where you have to find the mean of these sets of numbers. So basically you will be adding all of them and then you will divide them by the number of their observations, okay? Can you do these parts of the first question, guys? Yes?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay, so I'll not be asking you guys to try these questions, okay? So I'm going to move on to the next segment. So the first segment was related to the raw data. So when you have the raw data, the formula for the mean is going to be sigma x over n, okay? Now we move on to the next segment of this, next part of this mean. Guess what kind of data I would be talking now? I would be talking about now. Hmm? Yes, Pacho? Any guesses?
Sir,
Hmm?
group data?
Just before that, group data. Hmm? Yes? 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 That
Sir,
is
frequency table.
frequency distribution. This the frequency distribution. Achha, by the way, bacho, you will be hearing this word, you will be using this word distribution a lot in your statistics, okay? The frequency distribution, the grouped frequency distribution, and then you will be studying the probability distribution, the normal distribution, the binomial distribution. So there are many kinds of distribution. So that is basically used for the data, this distribution, okay? Okay, now the frequency distribution. Now suppose I have now more hens at home and they are laying eggs in bigger numbers, and I'm going to find the average or the median for a longer period of time, okay? So for that purpose, I will have to um, tabulate my data, okay? You must have heard about the tally marks in your O levels, okay? So we sometimes tabulate the data through the tally marks. Anyhow, now suppose this is over the month. Now I got 2 eggs, I got 3 eggs, 4 eggs, 5 eggs, 6 eggs, and 7 eggs, okay? So let's say I got 2 eggs 2 times, I got 3 eggs 5 times, I got 4 eggs 8 times, I got 5 eggs for 7 times, okay? Mm, and then I got this for 5 times, okay? This is, and then I got 7x for 3 times, okay? So we have got a new symbol over here, that is the F. F means the frequency. This frequency is actually the number of a particular observation, okay? Something like we want to see that how many times I got 2 eggs. So that will be the frequency of 2. How many times I am getting 5 eggs? So you see there is the 7 in front of that, okay? Acha. So now one thing is striking my mind, that should I be covering the median and mode, because you have studied this in your O levels, while I'm covering the mean thing, huh? Chale, let's just focus on this mean first of all, and then we'll keep a day for the median. Okay, so right now I'm just going to focus on the mean. Okay, now, the formula for the mean for this frequency distribution in essence remains the same, but its shape changes. Now the formula becomes, this is going to be sigma fx over sigma f. Can someone tell me that why do we have to multiply this f and x? This is 4, this is 15, this is 32, this is 35, this is 30, and this is 21. And then we find the sum, and this time I'll be finding this. This is going to be 30, and this is 51, 86, 88, 118, 122, and 137. Okay. Why do we multiply these two together to find the mean? Yes, anyone? Hmm?
Sir, because the observations happening multiple times in the same way we add them, we can just multiply it with the frequency, which is at the
Exactly,
Yes,
point.
yes, sir.
you have
Instead of adding
absolute,
to,
yeah, bilkul thi- like rather than saying 2 plus 2, like if I just write it here, rather than saying this is 2 plus 2 and then plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, adding this 5 times, we know that it's going to be 5 times 3 would be easier to handle. Okay, so in a way I was saying that in essence they're the same, like this sigma x, this sigma x over here is same as this sigma fx over here, because both of them are going to give us the total number of observations, and in this case the total number of eggs. Okay, so its shape, its form, the way we're writing that has been changed, but it is in uh, actual it's the same. Okay, and this n and the sigma f, they are same as well. This n over here was the total number of observations, and this sigma f is still the total number of observations. Okay, so that is why there is a new form of this formula, that is the mean is the sigma fx over sigma f. So this is going to be 137 over 30. So whatever you get, that is the mean you guys have. And again, I will not be asking you to practice this, because if you see that, let me take you to this exercise here. We have these questions here. He says, find the mean. So you know that you have to add one more row or the column here for the fx thing. And in the B part, you will have the fy, okay? And you know the formula. Should I ask you to practice this, or I should carry on and complete my lecture? Hmm? Do you want to try this fourth question? Come on. Bacho,
no,
where
sir,
are
it's
you?
okay. You can continue.
Okay, okay. Now we move on to the third category, or the third situation where we have to find the mean. Yeah, who would tell us, who would make a guess that what is going to be this third situation where we have to find the mean? Yes. Hmm. Yes, the
Group
third.
data.
Yeah, that is grouped frequency distribution. We call it grouped frequency distribution. That is the third case, the grouped frequency distribution. Okay, now this is for a very large number of data, and this is mainly for the yeah, we can use this for both for the continuous and for the discrete data. Okay, now suppose I have taken a test, okay, and your marks are between 0 and 10. Okay, these are your marks. Okay, and here is the frequency. So there are three people getting marks between 0 and 10, and then from 10 to 20, let's say there are seven students, and then from 20 to 30, let's say there are 20 students, then from 30 to 40, suppose we have 45 students here, okay, and then 40 to 50, let's say we have 15 students here getting marks in this range, okay? And now we want to find the average marks of the whole class, okay? This is the formula, because when you have the frequency, you have to use the formula for the frequency over here, okay? Now, whenever you have the group frequency distribution, the question would always say, find an estimate. Okay, I'm writing this with a capital E. Find an estimate of the mean. Why do we say find an estimate of the mean? Yes.
So it's group, so we don't know what has
Yeah, we
exact.
don't know the exact value.
Look at this. In this
So it's
fourth
just an
question, it says,
approximate.
look at this. In the fourth question, it says find the mean. Even if you look at this first question here, it says calculate the mean. But if I take you down here, let me take you down here. It says calculate an estimate of the mean. So why is the word estimate used here? Yes, you were saying something. I was not listening to you. What were you saying,
So
guys?
because in the previous two questions the value of x is very specific, whereas in this particular question, like question number 6, you only have a lower boundary and an upper boundary. So x can be anywhere between these two boundaries.
Like we don't
Yeah,
have
the
the
groups.
actual data over here, Hannah,
Yeah.
as we were like
Yes.
discussing this in case of the stem and leaf diagram, and that the stem and leaf diagram always has the actual data. And Now in this case, we're not sure that what are the actual marks of these three people over here. We just know that their marks are in the range of 0 to 10. Now, to get an estimate of the mean, we just assume that, okay, all these three students, they're going to have marks. We find the average of these two limits, okay, the lower class limit and the upper class limit. So we find the mid values, okay, and these mid values work as x for us, okay. So that is why we have the the question saying that find an estimate of the mean over here, okay. So we find the mid values. So the mid value of 0 and 10 is going to be that is going to be 5, okay. This one is going to be 15, this one is going to be 25, this one is going to be 35, and this one is going to be 45. Do you remember this kind of question in your O levels? That was a part of your paper 2, because you need to have the calculator for this. There are some bigger calculations, okay. So now you will be finding fx, okay. Fx would be the product of these two columns here. This will be no more used for the for this mean, because we have extracted the mid values from this column, okay. So we will be multiplying this 3 with the 5, that is 15, and then this is 105, and all of
So
the
can you change the color?
okay, I'm just going to change the color. Okay, let me take the black color. Okay, so now you will be finding these products. You will find all the sum. Suppose this dabba is the sum here. Okay, so this dabba and this sum is this circle. So this is how you're going to find the estimate of the mean uh, for this grouped frequency distribution. Now I finished my lecture over here, the first part of this lecture. Okay, in the second part, I'll be talking about finding the mean when you have the coded data. That will be something new for you. Right now, I'm just going to stop it here, and for the next 10 minutes, you guys will be practicing the questions from this exercise over here, okay. Let me just make it a bit small here. So You must have the books with you. This is the exercise 2B on page number 34. So we're going to practice this for 10-15 minutes, and we'll come back for the second session where we shall talk about the coded data. Okay. Thank you.